More than a dozen justices of the Supreme Court have boycotted the full court meeting summoned by Chief Justice, who has been embroiled in a series of controversies, the latest being speculations of seeking a share in the cabinet. Pressure is mounting on the Chief Justice to step down from the post as the ongoing confrontation has reached its climax. Good morning, I am Bipashna Tamang and these are the headlines of the hour. Supreme Court justices boycott the full court meeting with officials of the Nepal Bar Association called by Chief Justice Cholendra Shamsher Rana. CJ Rana finds himself in ethical crisis. Government makes preparations to provide relief packages to farmers who had lost their ready-to-harvest crops due to the unseasonal rain last week. At least 7 people killed and some 140 injured after soldiers fired on crowds opposing a military takeover in Sudan. And Afghanistan thrashed Scotland by 130 runs in the ICC T20 World Cup Super 12 match. Mujib-ur-Rahman shined with the ball with a 5-wicket haul. The dispute seen in the judiciary has reached its climax with questions raised against Chief Justice Cholendra Shamsher Rana regarding his modus operandi and his involvement in the cabinet equation. The Chief Justice has found himself under pressure to resign with voices for an impeachment motion growing in recent time. More in this report.
Chief Justice Cholendra Shamsher Rana has found himself in an ethical crisis at the moment as key individuals around him have raised questions regarding his ways. Ever since assuming office back in early 2019, Chief Justice Rana has found himself dragged into controversies. Now, with his recent involvement in the cabinet equation under the Congress President Sher Bahadur Deuba-led government, the Chief Justice has found himself cornered from all sides. Both former and incumbent justices have raised voices against the Chief Justice. Chief Justice Rana has been accused of seeking for a place in the Constitutional Council, corruption, controversial decisions during many hearings, formation of benches, and for fueling irregularities in the judicial system. Many from the judicial sector have opined there is no alternative for the Chief Justice but to resign in order to protect the judiciary's dignity. Meanwhile, both the ruling and opposition parties that have the constitutional right to appoint or remove officials at the Constitutional Council have maintained conspicuous silence on the ongoing dispute of the judiciary.
The meeting of agriculture ministers and secretaries of all the provinces is scheduled for today to discuss on providing relief packages to farmers and rehabilitating them who had lost their ready-to-harvest crops due to the unseasonal rain last week. Speaking to Kantipur News, Agriculture and Livestock Minister Mahendra Raya Yadav informed that the meeting will dwell on providing cash compensation to farmers based on loss details. Minister Yadav said the government will take decision considering legal provisions and recommendations from stakeholders. According to the Agriculture Ministry, the unseasonal rain caused damages to paddies planted in 285,000 hectares of land, incurring loss of over 8.26 billion rupees so far. The government has been criticized for failing to announce appropriate compensation to the farmers. The government has formed a special task force under the coordination of Home Secretary Teknarayan Pandey to furnish a report on the damages caused by the recent flood and landslides within 3 days. However, the cabinet meeting held yesterday did not announce any relief packages for the victims as opposed to the pledge made to the victims by Prime Minister Sher Bahadur Deuba, who spent 2 days in the flood and landslide affected regions. Yesterday's cabinet meeting also appointed Yuvaraj Adhikari to lead Nepal Civil Aviation Authority as the executive chairman and Rabindra Ghimire as the chairman of Nepal Reinsurance Company. Government spokesperson Gyanendra Bahadur Karke also informed that the government has already begun process for the selection of candidates for the vacant posts of ambassadors to various countries. Likewise, spokesperson Karke also confirmed that Prime Minister Deuba will lead the special delegation team leaving for the upcoming COP26 summit. In our Public Voice segment, we had asked locals in Palpa, Biratnagar, Chitwan, Janakpur and Nepalganj what precautions should be taken to protect oneself from infectious diseases like dengue and scrub typhus. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
घरपालुवा जनावरसँग पनि हामी डाइरेक्ट धेरै सम्पर्कमा नआउने
घर वरिपरि सफा राख्नु पर्यो पानी जम्न दिन भएन
इनको बाक्साहरू टायरहरुमा पानीहरू जम्न दिएको छैन
घरको वरिपरि खाल्टार छ भने त्यो म पुरेको छु
सुत्दाखेरि झुल टाँगेर सुत्ने सरसफाइमा ध्यान दिने गरिरहेका छौं
कुनै निश्चित ठाउँमा फोहोर फ्याक्ने
झुलको एकदमै धेरै राम्रोसँग प्रयोग गर्न पर्यो
It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
And here's the question: what should be done to reduce trade deficit? The options are option A, stress on domestic production; option B, create investment-friendly environment; and option C, encourage export-oriented industries. The voting is on. Type any WS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And that's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.